Naomi Osaka has witnessed multiple eras in modern tennis, but in her view, one player has reshaped the sport in a way that will never be reversed. According to Naomi Osaka, the influence of Novak Djokovic goes far beyond trophies. It has permanently altered how professional tennis players approach the game. Osaka, a four-time Grand Slam champion and former world number one, recently reflected on how much tennis has evolved since she first picked up a racket as a toddler. While she acknowledged the monumental cultural and competitive impact of Serena Williams and Venus Williams, she pointed to Djokovic as the figure who transformed the sport's physical and mental standards. From childhood dreams to Grand Slam glory, Osaka began playing tennis at just 3 years old and turned professional as a teenager. Her rise was meteoric. She captured her first major title at the 2018 U.S. Open and would go on to win 4 Grand Slams, including 2 Australian Open crowns. She also ascended to world number one in the WTA rankings, a milestone that placed her among the sport's elite. During her journey, Osaka competed in an era dominated by legends. On the women's side, Serena and Venus Williams had already revolutionized power tennis and athleticism. On the men's side, Djokovic was in the midst of building a resume that now includes 24 Grand Slam singles titles, the most in men's tennis history. But for Osaka, Djokovic's impact isn't defined solely by his record-breaking achievements. It's about how he changed the way tennis is played. The fitness revolution tennis has always demanded stamina, but Djokovic elevated physical preparation to unprecedented levels. When he broke through to win his first Australian Open title in 2008, he was already exceptionally fit. However, after overhauling his diet and conditioning regimen around 2010 to 11, he entered a new stratosphere that Djokovic's flexibility, endurance, and recovery ability became legendary. His sliding defense on hard courts, elastic movement, and capacity to outlast opponents in grueling 5-set matches forced rivals to adapt or fall behind. Osaka has openly admired this shift. In her view, Djokovic helped redefine what match fitness means at the highest level. Players could no longer rely purely on shot-making talent. They had to become complete athletes. Today's tennis landscape reflects that transformation. Long baseline rallies are more common. Recovery between points is more scientific. Nutrition, mental conditioning, and injury prevention are prioritized like never before. In many ways, Djokovic turned elite fitness from an advantage into a requirement. Mental toughness as a weapon beyond physicality. Djokovic also changed perceptions around mental resilience. Throughout his career, he frequently thrived in hostile environments, particularly when facing rivals like Rafael Nadal and Roger Federer. Whether saving match points in Grand Slam finals or silencing partisan crowds, Djokovic demonstrated an ability to compartmentalize pressure that became a blueprint for modern competitors. Osaka herself has spoken extensively about the mental side of tennis, advocating for player well-being while also striving for competitive excellence. Watching Djokovic repeatedly deliver under maximum stress highlighted how psychological strength can separate champions from contenders. Younger generations now train not only their forehands and serves, but also their mindset. Sports psychologists and mental coaches have become central figures in professional teams. That normalization of mental conditioning is part of Djokovic's lasting legacy. The Williams sisters' cultural blueprint, Osaka, also made it clear that the sport's evolution cannot be discussed without recognizing Serena and Venus Williams. The sisters shattered stereotypes, expanded tennis global reach, and introduced a new level of power and athleticism to the women's game. Osaka was fortunate enough to compete against both legends. Facing Serena in Grand Slam finals was a defining chapter of her career. The Williams era inspired countless young players, Osaka included, to believe they could dominate the sport while embracing individuality. If the Williams sisters transformed the cultural and athletic identity of women's tennis, Djokovic transformed the professional standards of men's tennis. Together, these icons reshaped the entire sport, a lasting impact on the modern game. Today's ATP and WTA tours reflect a hybrid of these influences. Elite athleticism is non-negotiable, nutritional science is embedded in player development. Mental strength training is standard practice. Longevity has improved dramatically. Djokovic's career longevity is itself a testament to this evolution. Competing deep into his 30s and still capturing major titles has changed expectations about how long players can remain at the top. For Osaka, who has battled injuries in recent seasons, that blueprint may offer inspiration. The modern game demands more from the body than ever before, but it also provides tools to extend careers. Why Osaka's words matter when a four-time Grand Slam champion and former world number one credits Djokovic with permanently changing tennis. It carries weight. Osaka belongs to a generation that directly experienced the transition. She started playing in a pre-Djokovic dominant era and matured in one defined by his influence. Her perspective bridges those timelines. Tennis in 2026 is faster, fitter, and more mentally demanding than it was 20 years ago. The sport is more global, more scientific, and more physically intense. According to Osaka, Djokovic is a central reason why. The sport that will never be the same records can be broken. Rankings can shift. New stars will emerge. But certain players alter the foundation of their sport. Serena and Venus Williams redefine possibility and power. Novak Djokovic redefined preparation, resilience, and physical excellence. Naomi Osaka has seen that evolution firsthand, from a 3-year-old beginner to a global champion. And in her eyes, tennis has been permanently transformed for the better.